action. So we have to do a new exercise with WinForms, and it's just to review some common properties to learn, and not to review, to learn some new common properties that are common to all the components usually, and they are like you see at the end is here. Okay, these are the properties that we are going to work. Okay. Component, a visual component in WinForms and in every user interface always has a location or position in the window, okay? And it's the two coordinates, a point, it's a point on the screen, yeah? X and Y. And now remember, I'm sure that you know, remember that in the screens, the coordinate, the 0, 0 coordinate is the top most left, yes, this one, this pixel in here, whoop, sorry, this pixel in here, I want a bigger screen, this pixel in here, yes, I think it's a circle, this one, this is the 0, wow, no, that's it, this is the 0, 0, okay? Or was the same. Coordinate x equals 0 and coordinate y equals 0, all right? And we go to the, okay, to the right bottom, yeah? So it's positive to the right and positive down. So it's not like the normal system, coordinate system, the Cartesiano, okay, that is the y it's positive up. So here the positive is down, y positive is down. So if you have in a screen with a resolution of a 1000 and, well, like this one of a 1920 by 1080, yes, okay, like a resolution. So this pixel is the pixel 1920 by 1080 is wait, here, yes, here. The, well, not this one, but down in the window, okay? The top, the bottom, the most bottom in the bottom, and the most to the right. Yes, so it will be like width. It would be like 920 pixels, and the height will be 1080 pixels, 1080 pixels. In this resolution, if you have different resolution, so the pixel will be different. Yes, so you know the coordinate system use the 0, 0, top left, and the 1920 1080 would be the right, the most right to the right, and the bottom. Okay, so a component it has always a location. Okay, so this L here it's got a location. Okay, from the left it will be some pixels, and from the top. Yeah, is relative always from the top left, which is the 0, 0. Okay, so in Windows Forms, like in this exercise you have here, a component. Okay, we're going to be working with a button. It's a button. It's a sample button. It just doesn't do anything, just showing so it is in the coordinate 0, 0, but not in the coordinate 0, 0. You see the x and the y, yes, but not in the coordinate 0, 0 from the screen, but in the coordinate 0, 0 from its parent, yeah? So its parent container, which is the form, yes, in this case. Now, you see, if you see here these two numbers, yes, these two numbers are showing the position of the form in relation with the, okay, screen. So if I put this in here, okay, it's 0, 1, 0, minus 1. Well, there's an offset. I don't know why. Maybe it can be the adjustment of the screen or in Windows. Okay. So now this the topmost left button of the form is in the 0, 0. Yes, in here, and it's always it's not the center. okay, of the form, which is the 0. It's also the components, its pivot point or its reference point is also always, by default, the left upper left part of the point or pixel of the component. So we have now the form in the 0, 0, okay, and we have the touch in the 0, 0. And you see, if I move it, okay, I move it with these buttons, yes, so it's updating the position or the location, the first property, relative to its parent container, which is the drawable or the canvas size of the form, yes, in here. Okay, so it's the location. And you will see how to access the location. To access the location, it's a property in C# that we can access from our, you see, in here, from our properties window. I think it's in view. Yes, properties window F4. Yes, you see, it's the location. It's in layout and location. Yes, location. We can access from here, and we can access from our source code, like saying target button dot location dot x or whatever. Yep. Good. So this is for every one of these components. All of them have a location of the visual components. They have all of them a location, and this one, and this panel, and etc. So what else? The next one is, okay, yeah, the size. We also have a size, yeah, like every physical element in here. We have sizes. So, for instance, this form here we have a label. It's saying us the size. It's 800 and now it's 802 by 608. Yeah? So it's like if I resize it, just check that this is going to change. This is part of the exercise, all right? This is if it's growing downwards. So the Y size, no, it's not the Y position, it's the Y size. So the height, es la altura, el height, crece. Y si lo hago así, decrece. And if it grows, okay, it grows. So the width, el ancho, so it grows. ¿Hasta cuándo puede crecer? Pues hasta, evidentemente, puede crecer más, pero en principio hasta los 1080, que sería la ventana, ¿vale? Aunque si yo la hago más grande, pues, ¿vale? Son escritorios virtuales. We can do virtual screens, so it can grow. Well, here it says 1940, so it's 40 pixels to the 1980 that are over there, that are mysterious times. So, okay, is the height. So, at the same time, this has a height, width and height, okay? This is 100 by 100 by default, and all the other has got height and width. Yes? Good one. This is interesting, the size. There's also the enabled or disabled property. Yes, a control is enabled or disabled. You see, one of part of the exercise is here is if I enable this button here, this button is enabled. I can click. No, there's no action associated with it now, but I can click. If I hover the mouse over, it changes the color, the background color, and etc. But if I change the property enabled to false, okay, you see, it is like disabled. It's visible, but I can't interact with the element. Yes, it can show things, but it doesn't respond to actions. If I again change the property enabled to true, yes, so the button is again accessible. Yes. Another one is visible. So visible. Yes, now it's like it says, it will be visible or invisible. So now it's visible, and visible is true, the property of this button. These properties are changing, these buttons are changing directly the properties of this one, of the target button. This is the part of the exercise. If I set it to false, visible is false, so no visible. There's no button. It's like the button exists, It's in our code and exists, but it is invisible to the user. Yes, but it exists. So if I change again the visible to true, it can be visible. Okay, easy. Okay, TabIndex and TabStop. You see now. Okay. If I don't use the mouse to work with the forms, with the keyboard, I can use the tab key, la tecla tabulador, supongo que todos sabéis a qué es, okay? To select or to change or to focus, give the focus to the different components or controls in the form. You see? So every one of the components in a form, okay, has got a property, which is TabIndex, okay? TabIndex property is saying that, okay, it's a number, and this one has the TabIndex property 0. This one has the 1. This one has the 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Okay? So this way, there's an order by which when I press tab, the cursor or the focus, okay, is given to the control which is next in this list of numbers. Yes? 5, 6, 7. Okay? And if I say again, 1, TabIndex 0, TabIndex 1, TabIndex 2, the component with TabIndex 4, component with TabIndex 5, component with TabIndex 6, 7, 8, okay? And you say, and why, if everyone has a TabIndex, why this is not, the cursor or the focus is not getting into this button? Because there's another property, yeah, TabStop, which is true or false, and if I set it to false, okay, TabStop is say, if I press the tab key, it goes through all the controls of the key. But if in a control the TabStop property is false, it won't affect it. So it will jump. Or say, okay, this one is TabStop false. So when I press the tab key, it won't go the focus to this one. So it's just, this is part of the solution of the exercise. Okay. By the way, you know the tab. If I press Shift key and tab, it goes backwards. It goes backwards, forward, backward, with the Shift key, la tecla mayúsculas, plus tab, Shift, tab. Okay? Good. All right, and then there are the anchors. Okay? The anchors are you see, I will let you play and fight with them because this is going to take, but you see, if I move this, okay, if I resize this side, you see this panel here, the controls panel, okay? You see the button, yes? If I do like this button is moving in respect to this corner in here, yes? But this panel is moving in relationship to this side, the right side, all right? So its anchor, it's in the right side of the panel, okay? And this label, you see, it's like here, right? By default, the anchors, let me show you. Okay, by default, the anchors in every component are in the top left. I will show you. Okay, you see, here I select the anchors. Top left. So that means this component, this button, is anchored, anclado, o sea, su posición es relativa al top left corner. Eso significa que si yo muevo o redimensiono la ventana, ¿vale? Este botón, este elemento, se redimensiona o se moverá si muevo o la parte de arriba o la parte de abajo, ¿vale? Con relación a la parte de arriba o la de abajo, ¿vale? Este de aquí, ¿ok? By default is top left, como este, ¿ok? You see now what's happening. ¿Dónde está? Está, su posición está relativa al top left, ¿vale? De forma que si yo muevo esto, se mueve, ¿vale? Con el borde a medida que yo muevo el borde izquierdo, ¿vale? Si muevo el borde de arriba, o si I resize the window by moving the upper corner, it moves, okay? The upper part is synchronized with the upper part of here. But now, if I move the right, okay, if I resize the right, what happens? Oh, it's not moving with the right, yes? And it's not moving with the bottom, okay? So I want it to, like, to be more visual, like, not to do like this, because this is ugly. I want it to be aligned with the right side, yes? So for that, I anchor this control, yes, to the right corner of its parent container, and in this case, its parent container is the form, yes? So, in this case, you already have the solution, which I encourage you not to look. I just say, leave it from here, o sea, delete it from here, and anchor to the right side of the window.
Can you anchor something to both sides?
Yes. If I anchor to both sides, I leave it's an exercise for you to experiment. This is a very useful and important option to achieve an effect that you will see when you try. Okay, you will see when we try. So it is anchor. The anchor to the top right. Yes, top right now. Okay, and it's the desired effect. Yes. So yes, now it's moving relative to the right corner, to the right border, and to the top. You see, I move the left, and it's like, yep, not moving with the left. When I resize the window through the left, and okay. So you have to. The exercise now is I haven't told you is how to do that. This label here moves with this. Yep. Okay. All these buttons. Okay, we are introducing now here also in this exercise a new component, which is a container. Okay, there are some kind of components which are used to contain another components. You know, as to group other components. So these ones in here are moving relative to its parent. Okay, so I am not doing anything with these ones. These have the same position, and if I move this component, okay, they move with its parent. Okay, so everything in WinForms and in the other, usually in the other user interfaces, are relative to its parent components. Yes, we could make it relative or absolute in relationship with the form, but by default they are like relative to this one. So what these containers or panels, they are called panels in Java, or well, containers in another things. We have some in here in containers. Yes, we have like a panel, and this one is a group box. It's written in here. Yes, it's just putting it there, and dropping the other components inside. Yes, no more mystery. But we will use this a lot. Okay, in the next unit or next 2 units, I think, to make flow layouts, fluidas, como en las web, que se va haciendo todo al tamaño, se adapta el tamaño, se mueven unas cosas y la ventana es más pequeñita, dependiendo del dispositivo. So, it's device independent. Si es móvil, pues se pone todo más aquí, like in the web. Okay, we are visual interfaces are now converging. We said are now converging all to the mobile, web and mobile. Well, web to web, and web is converging to mobile, because websites are very simple and they are responsive, okay, to be visualizable either from a computer, but mostly from the mobile phones, because from the smartphones, because most of the traffic is from smartphones nowadays. So we will see how to adapt them, okay, and the same concept that we will learn here in Windows Forms will apply to web or to whatever user interface framework. What else would you have to do? So these are the properties we have to look, okay? And, okay, we have some new events. Since now we have been working with the click event, I think, mostly, or maybe with the selected index event of change or that. But so now we have to use, in the exercise, we will have to use the onload event from the form on move and on resize, yes? So, as I have said, you see there are things happening when I move. When I move these coordinates, when I move the form, these coordinates are changing, okay? So this behavior is linked to an event handler, and the event that triggers that call to that event handler function where we will be writing the code is the move, is by the event move. And if I resize, this label is changing. So the event which is changing, which is triggering when I update these values here is the event, the on resize, yes. And from here you already know is the selected index changed. Yes, the selected, you know, the list box have from 0, 1, 2, 3. It depends on which one is we use. We change the index. Or, well, sometimes you can find different events for the same solution. If you find another one, or you can want to use another one, it's okay. No problem at all. And the button is the click for now. So what you have to do is, I just explained, okay? Is this. When the main form is moved, update its text with its actual location. Yes, let's drop this in here, and this in here. Good. So when the number one, when the main form is moved, I update its text. So its text is this one in here. Whoops, sorry. Sizable is the default. This one, this here. Update this with the actual location. Yeah, this is number one. If the form is resized, update this one. Yes, this one in here. The label. When the option in the combo box changes, okay, there's one thing. The options in the combo box are the values for the property form border style of the form. Yes, the form, every form has a border. Yes, and depending the value of this property, you see it's have known. Yeah, if it has no border, you see the form is no border. I can't resize it. I can't grab it because it hasn't got also like the control bar, the title bar. Sorry. So, as I say, if it's fixed single, okay, it's fixed and single. Fixed means I can't resize it. It's fixed size. Yes, and oops, sorry. And the other ones you discover by yourself. All right. So exercise 3 or the number 3 is like to do like when I select a text here. This is hard coded. Yes, you see this. You have to hard code it in the combo box in the design time. You know what's hard coding? Hard coding es escribirlo a pelo, ¿vale? Hard es duro y coding es codificarlo a lo duro. No se programa ni se hace automáticamente, sino que selecciono esto, abro sus, ¿vale? Edit items y los ponéis aquí tal cual, which are the same values as if I select the form. Yes, form border style here. Here you have the values you have to use, okay? When you use them, but there's a trick. This I leave it for you. So yes, when I select one thing here, so the border changes, okay? It's like, for instance, fixed tool window is with no icon and no minimize or maximize buttons. Yes, it's like a tool window. Well, you try the different ones, okay? The default is sizable, a sizable window, form. Fuck. Number 4 are the buttons. We have already explained. Number 4 is the visible button. The visible is click. You mean here the text of the button also is visible equals true. If I click, okay, the button property visible is set to false, and also the text of this button is visible equals false, okay? If I click again, it toggles visible equals true, yes? False, true, yeah? This is an easy exercise, but it means any more code than just writing a line of code, yes? The same with enabled, enable false, enable true, enable false, enable true. Sorry, true, it's a mistake, a spelling mistake. Yes, false, true, in the text and the property, yeah? All right. This one is to play, well, let's explain these ones first. With these ones, I can move the button by 5 pixels. Okay, the number 7. Okay, I move the button to the right 5 pixels, you know, x5, y0, x10, 15, click, 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 click. Okay, I move it down. I have to click, like doing a repeat and trigger repeat. This is a more difficult thing. We have to know things about custom events, and we will do it next unit. Don't worry about it. It's quite more difficult, because a click event is just a click. I put the mouse down and release, yes? Or it detects the mouse down, but to automate the repetition of the triggering the click event or the calling this function, it's a different thing that is a bit more complicated, not complicated, but sophisticated, and we will study next unit. So I just click, and 5 in 5 pixels. It moves from the top 5 pixels or to the left. Yes, so I'm gonna take it out. Minus 15. I can move it to the left or to the top from outside. Okay, no problem, but like this. So these buttons. Okay, if I click the center target button, yes, this button, the target button, yes, has to its location has to be in the center point of the window, okay? But the central point or the center point of this form of this window is going to change depending on the size, yes, of the window. By default, the size of the window is 800 by 600. It says in the exercise, you have to do it. So if I click center target, it will locate, the location of the button must be what? 400, 300, yes? But I said, okay, no, but I said in the exercise, the center of the button, not the top left. So, okay, now it's in the X 350, Y 250. Yes? So, this is easy. The button has 100 pixels by 100 pixels, yeah, size. If I have to center the middle, okay, to put the middle of the button in the middle of the form, this is a visual effect because of the title but this is the center. Well, it's saying here, this point in here is the 350, 250, no? So this point in here is the 400 plus 50, and this point in here is 300, yes? So you have to do this with this size. But if I resize the window, yes, it has to set in the middle of the new window. Yes, center target is in here. It's 482, so it's the half plus or less half of the width and height of the button. Okay? So good. And as I do it again, is the half. And the X and Y are updating. Every time I change the position from here or from center, Yeah, that's it. Okay. So this is the center button, the number 6. Yep. And, well, number 8 we have already set. Yes, it's just the tab. The tab stop and tab index, yeah, in the form. So I think this is all for this exercise, okay? Going into more properties and behaviors in Windows Forms. If in doubt, just ask or post in the forum, and like the video in YouTube and subscribe.